Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh and a pleasant morning for each and everyone. So we are the group 6 and our topic for today will focus on human-computer interaction technologies. So my name is Rajner A. Sali and I will be the first reporter for today. So my topic is about brain-computer interaction. Okay. So brain-computer interaction. When we say brain-computer interaction or BCI, it is a way for people to talk to computers or machines by only using their brain. So when we say BCI, it is a way or paraan siya to talk or to communicate. When we say communicate, we are interacting with the computers. But with BCI, we are only using our brain. Instead of using our hands, we are only using our brains. So instead of using hands, keyboards, or touchscreens, people can think, can simply think, and the computer understands. Like what I said earlier, BCI only focuses on our brains, the functions of our brains to communicate to a computer or machines. So BCI is a system that allows direct communication between the brain and an external device between bypassing the need for physical movement. So when we say BCI kasi, it really focuses on the brain without any without the need of any physical movement. For example, just like thinking. When we say kasi BCI, like you are just gonna think, then the computer will understand it directly without the need of clicking by using your hands and then using cursors or touchscreens to select something or to command something to the computer. Okay, so special sensors are placed on a person's head. So sensors daw ay may place na daw ng sensors on a person's head. Okay, so these sensors pick up brain signals, which are tiny electrical messages from the brain. The signals are then sent to a computer. The computer reads them and turns them into actions like moving a cursor or playing a game. So basically, may mga special sensors na ilalagay sa ulo mo. These sensors, they're like super sensitive antennas that pick up the tiny electrical signals from your brain. These signals, which are basically your thoughts, are then sent to a computer. The computer, being the ubiquitous and ever so clever device that translates these signals into actions. Like, parang moving a cursor, playing a game, while playing a game, o parang, ano ba? Augmented reality. Pero sa utak lang nangyayari. We're just using our minds to control everything. No need for physical movements. Okay. So, a paralyzed person can use a BCI to control a wheelchair or type on a computer just by thinking. The power of BCI. So, galing, di ba? For paralyzed people, this is a game changer. They can control wheelchairs or type on a computers by just thinking. Pure mind power. It's also super helpful for those people who can't move or talk. Okay. So BCI is very helpful for people who cannot move or talk. Scientists are also using BCI for games and to control smart homes. The scientists are even using BCI for games and smart homes. Imagine controlling your lights, appliances, and even your entertainment system just by thinking. ang future, di ba? It's like, something out of a dystopian novel, but in a really good way. So in the future, BCI could help people do more amazing things. BCI could do even more amazing things. Sending messages to friends just by thinking. Possible yan. BCI could really make life easier for a lot of people and open up a whole new world of possibilities in technologies. Okay. It is truly a paradigm shift. So that's all for my report. So the next reporter will be Sally Abdurajic.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Morning. Second reporter. My topic for today is neuropathetics. Uh, Neuropathetics are specially devices that can replace or help body parts like arms, legs, ears, or eyes by connecting directly to the brain or nerves. Neuropathetics. Isipin mo girl, parang super advanced na prosthetic. Pero direktang connecting sa utak mo. Kaya kung mawalan na ka ng braso, pwede nilang ilagay ang robotic arm. At kontrolado mo ito gamit lang ang pag-iisip mo. Hangas, di ba? Parang Iron Man. Pero totoo, ang Cochlear implant para sa mga bingi ay neuropathetics din. Tinutulungan nitong makarating sa pamamagitan ng pag-stimulate sa auditory nerve. Okay, next. Sensory substitution. Substitution is a technique where information from one sense is delivered through another sense, helping people adapt when a sense is missing. Sensory substitution. Ito yung paggamit mo ng isang sense para palitan ang isa. Parang kung bulag ka, may device na magka-convert ng mga imahe sa tunog o vibration na mararamdaman mo. Ang galing. Parang humahanap ng paraan ang utak mo. Uh, how it works. Sensory substitution. Since one type of sensory data into another form, the brain can still understand. How it works. Basically, binabasa ng neuropathetics ang mga signal ng utak mo at ito i-translate ito sa mga action. Ang sensory substitution ay nagko-convert ng impormasyon mula sa isang sense tulad ng paningin papunta sa ibang sense tulad ng pandinig na maintindihan pa rin ng utak mo. User. Sensory substitution help people who are blind or deaf function more independently. Ang mga taong nawala ng limbs o sensi ay nakikinabang ng malaki. Nakakatulong ito para mabuhay sila ng mas normal. Okay, future. Device could help blind people see using smart glasses or help deaf people hear better with advanced hearing aids. Future. Grabe ang exciting ng future. Isipin mo na mararamdaman mo ang mga sensations sa robotic limbs mo o mga bulag na makakakita gamit ang smart glasses o ang mga bingi na makakarinig ng perpektong gamit ang advanced na hearing aids. Relevance in HCI. Kaugnayan sa HCI, Human-Computer Interaction. Ang mga teknolohiyang ito ay nagpapaganda ng akses sa computer at teknolohiya para sa lahat. lalo na sa mga may kapansanan. Lahat ng ito ay para maging mas inclusive at user-friendly ang teknolohiya. That's all, ma'am, and thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. So, smartphone and personal digital assistant. So, personal digital assistant were early mobile computing device used for managing personal information like contacts and calendars. So, smartphones are advanced mobile device that combine communication, application, cameras, and internet access in one device. So, current interaction, we interact with smartphone mostly by touching the screen, talking to them, or clicking buttons designed try to make use phone as easy and quick as possible. So, smartphone, in the future, phones might be controlled even more by voice, face, or even hand gesture. In the air, phones will continue getting smarter and easy for everyone, young and old, to use. So, the smartphone and PDS personal digital assistant. Para silang mga miniature computer na lagi nating daladala. At CI naman yung way kung paano natin sila inter ginagamit ang interface kung baga. So, dati ang PDS simple lang para sa contacts and calendars. Pero ngayon, na yung smartphone na ang uso. So, ang daming features, calling, text, internet access, application, lahat na. So, parang may mini universal sa palad mo. So, paano nga ba natin sila ginagamit, mga ito? So, mostly, tactile interaction, touchscreen, minsan voice command pa. So, ang goal ng mga designers para maging intuitive at user friendly ang mga phones kahit para sa mga tech. Ang ganda ng design. So, ergonomic pa. So, pagdating sa mobile, at CI, important ng touchscreen design, easy navigation, voice assistant, and accessibility. Kailangan lang accessible sa lahat. So, kahit may disabilities, imagine may mga behind people using voice command to navigate their phones. So, bakit nga ba important ang good at CI? So, para sa masaya tayong gamitin ang phones natin para mabilis natin mahanap ang kailangan natin without the frustration, large bottom, clear text, simple apps, and voice command na madaling maintindihan. So, think for apps like Grab or Google Maps and user-friendly. So, sa future naman, mas advanced pa, voice control, face recognition, hand gesture, so, hand gesture. Para maging mas seamless and intuitive ang experience for everyone, bata man o matanda, imagine controlling your phone with just a wink gesture. So, that's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I am Arganti Sawadi, the last reporter of Group 6. My topic is virtual and argument in ubiquitous reality. Virtual reality, VR. VR uses technology to create a completely digital world that people can see and interact with, often using a headset. HCI in VR focuses on how people move, see, and act in a virtual world, making sure it feels real and easy to use. Example, playing a VR game where you move your head to look around or use hand control to pick up things. Virtual reality, VR, sa madaling salita, isang teknolohiya na lumilikha ng isang guni-guni o simulate na mundo maaaring maranasan gamit ang mga espesyal na device tulad ng headset. Sa VR, maaari kang makaranas ng mga bagay na hindi posible sa tunay na mundo tulad ng paglalakbay sa ibang planeta o pag-explore ng mga lugar na hindi kayang bisitahin. Augmented reality. AR adds digital image, sound, or text to the real world using devices like smartphones or smart glasses. In AR, HCI ensures that digital additions match the real world naturally and are easy to interact with. Examples: using a phone app to see furniture in your room before buying it. Ay. Ang ang augmented reality AR ay isang teknolohiya na nagdaragdag ng mga digital na elemento sa tunay na mundo. Ito ay nagpapakita ng mga impormasyon, larawan o mga bagay na hindi nakikita sa pisikal na mundo. Halimbawa, gamit ang AR, maaari mong itutok ang iyong smartphone sa isang lugar at makikita ng mga impormasyon tungkol sa lugar na iyon o makikita ng mga virtual na bagay na nakahalo sa tunay na mundo. Ang AR ay ginagamit sa iba't ibang larangan tulad ng edukasyon, entertainment, at marketing. Ubiquitous reality. Ubiquitous reality, UR, is about technology being all around us and working in the background to help us without needing much attention. The goal is to make interaction so easy and seamless that you don't even notice the technology is there. In future, we might work, study, and play using VR and AR. Smart cities and smart homes will make you are normal people with digital help is always available when you need it. Hmm, you need it. Sa madaling salita, ang ubiquitous reality ay tungkol sa paghahalo ng teknolohiya at realidad upang lumikha ng mga bagong karanasan at posibilidad. And that's all for our report. Thank you.